what's up, and welcome back to my channel. Or if you are new, my name is Steph, and today we're going to be doing a tutorial on this look right here that I'm completely obsessed with. And I'm using one of the new palettes from the new Morphe and Jaclyn collab. So if you aren't aware, she's doing a vault, and in that vault there are 4 different palettes. And I will have all of the information and the launch date and everything down in the description box because these are a steal. So each palette is going to have 10 pans in it, and each palette also has kind of a theme as far as the colors go. I'm using the one called Ring the Alarm today, and it's super warm tone. It's gorgeous. I love the color that I have all over my lids, and I think this look is just really beautiful. So you can get all 4 of these palettes as a vault for $49, or you can just purchase each palette for $15 each. Plus, the affiliate codes do apply on this, so I will have my code either across the screen or down in the description bar with all of the rest of the information, but I am obsessed with this eyeshadow look. So if you'd like to see what I think about the palettes, and also I will have swatches at the end of the video and how to get this look, then just go ahead and keep on watching. Okay, we are using the Ring the Alarm palette today, and this one is a Warm Lover's Dream. So I'm going to start out with the shade Rush. It's this really beautiful kind of orange shade. It's kind of like a creamsicle orange. It isn't super bold, but it is nice and warm. So I'm going to use a big fluffy brush, and I'm going to build this up in the crease. So you can see I went in with 1 layer first, and then I went in a second time just to make it more intense, and I am taking this all the way to that inner corner. Grabbing a little bit of a smaller, more dense brush, I am picking up the shade Mugshot. This is such a beautiful burnt orange terracotta shade, and it just looks stunning layered together. Like, these colors just pair so beautifully together. So I am taking that and really concentrating that right into the socket of the eye. You really want to hug that. You're gonna see you get kind of a soft cut crease with this. I didn't want to do too precise with this shade, but it is so pigmented. So I am just taking that, like I said, starting on the outer corner, really hug that socket, and then using a lighter hand, I am still bringing that all the way into the inner corner as well. To really define it, I'm taking the shade Secret. It's a really dark, kind of brownish red color. It's a really beautiful kind of like wine undertone to it on a pencil brush, and I'm really mapping out my crease with this. So I am really darkening up the outer corner of the eye. I'm not going very far in with this because I do want the lid shade to really stand out, but I'm just doing a little bit on that outer corner and then tracing along the socket of my eye to give us a nice soft cut crease. Taking that same brush that we started out with, I am just blending around these edges, making sure that everything looks nice and diffused around the edges. You want that crease to be really defined, but you don't want to have anything too harsh. So just take that same fluffy brush, I haven't added any product, and blend out those edges. And then I am taking a little bit of concealer and carving out my lid, especially because my lids are so uneven. One eye has way more lid space than the other. It's really strange, but this just helps to kind of even them out a little bit, and it's also going to just make the eyes look a lot sharper. Now for the start of the show, I'm taking a flat shader brush in this stunning shimmery burnt red color. This is so stunning, especially if you have more hazel or green eyes, even blue eyes. I feel like, I don't know, this color just makes everyone's eyes stand out maybe, but I feel like it really brings out the green in my hazel eyes. So I'm packing that all over the lid, right where we applied that concealer, and then I'm going to do the other eye. You want to make sure that you're doing your concealer right before you pack on that lid shade. So do one eye to the other for this step. So add that concealer, and then you can see I'm really just kind of feathering it out on the outer edge, so we still get that darker shade on the outer corner. And then, of course, just packing on the color right on top. And I did go back in with my little pencil brush and define it a little bit more because you can lose a little bit of that intensity once you put your lid shade on. So once you have that on, just go back and give it a little bit more definition. And then we're going to move on to some liner and lashes. For my wing, I'm using this one from Stila, which I really like. It has a nice fine tip to it. And then I did go ahead and add mascara and lashes off camera. I am using the House of Lashes Iconic, one of my favorites for dramatic looks. And then I'm going to finish off the lower lash line. So I'm taking this Urban Decay liner in the shade Alkaline. It's a really beautiful, like, wine color. I think this just makes the eyes really pop. And then I'm going to take the shade Secret again, but on a flat shader brush, and run this from the outer corner to the inner corner, making sure that I really connect that lower lash line with my wing. And this just really makes the eyes more dramatic. If you aren't into a really blown out lower lash line, you could just do one of the lighter shades. But now I'm also going to take Alert and run that even lower on the lash line. Y'all know I love a super blown out lower lash line. So I'm going to do that and then add some mascara to those bottom lashes, and we'll finish up the face. I did go ahead and start with my base done, so I'm going in with the 8L from Morphe, keeping it in the fam, and I'm using the shade Donut to contour. I feel like this is such a good contour shade if you are close to my skin tone because it's super natural looking. So I'm just going around the outside corners of my face, my temples, around my cheekbones, and then of course my jawline and down my neck. And for blush, I'm using the 8W palette. This has been my go-to palette every single day. And I'm using the shade Unapologetic. It's a nice neutral blush. And just popping that on the apples. And of course, going back in to my 8L palette because these highlights on here are amazing. I'm using this shade Supernova to highlight, so the tops of my cheekbones, around my temples, right above the arch of the brow is where I like to highlight, and then the tip of my nose and my cupid's bow and chin. This one and this shade Lit are my two favorites out of this palette, and these highlights are stunning. So I clearly have a thing for these pencils because you can use them all over your face and they are incredible. So I'm using the shade Anywhere Caffeine. This is another one of the Makeup Forever Anywhere pencils. It's a really beautiful warm nude. And I'm lining my lips with this, and then I'm going to be filling them in with a new lip lacquer from Lancome in the shade 204. These are so interesting. It feels like a lip oil, like it's super hydrating and really, really glossy. So I love that look. And once you get that on, your look is complete. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, let me know in the comments below, and let me know which palette you want to see a tutorial with next. So let's get into the swatches.